Minutes of regular scheduled town meeting August 9, 2011. Meeting called to order at 7:02 p.m. by Mayor J.L. Calvert. Roll was called. Present was Mayor Calvert, Councilors Holzhauer, Finch, Sitton, Mulvihill, and Hustopper. Quorum being present, meeting proceeded. Minutes of July 12 were read. Council Sitton moved to accept with typo corrections. Council Finch seconded. Motion carried unanimously. Financial reports of July 2011 were read. Council Sitton moved to accept. Council Holzhauer seconded. Motion carried unanimously. Council Hostutler, a fireman at Warrior, commented on the previous month's minutes mentioning the fire on Cobb Brazil Road. He reported that Dallas Seffield was first on the scene, Warrior was second, and it was Warrior that missed the turn. There were no reports, no petitions. Council Finch mentioned that he would contact the scouts further about a possible project. There were no reports of officers. Communications. The clerk read an email from Sharon Poston about a fire hydrant that was mistakenly billed to the town. Credit has been, I should have been issued there, and the hydrant question removed from the town's list. The clerk also read the letter from the Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation stating what our premium would be, and it was due in November 2011. Council Finch reported a quote on another mailbox quote that was slightly lower than the previous quotes. After some discussion, it was agreed to table this for another meeting. Mayor introduced the subject of a DSL internet connection. Council Hustopper moved to get internet DSL. Council Finch seconded. Motion carried unanimously. Mayor Calvert mentioned reimbursing the clerk for gas for 4 trips to Aniana and 1 to Staples on town business. Council Sitton moved to reimburse the clerk $75 for gas. Council Holzhauer seconded. Motion carried unanimously. Council Sitton mentioned thanking Council Hostutler for paying the fire hydrants. The mayor asked for resolutions. The clerk started reading the host government approval resolution for the proposed landfill, Resolution 2011-8-9. This grants host government approval to Thornhill Marion Properties, LLC, for the proposed landfill as proposed. Mayor Calvert stopped the reading and pointed out there must be a vote to consider first. Council Finch moved to consider. Council Sitton seconded. Motion carried unanimously. The clerk then read the proposed resolution in its entirety. Council Mulvihill moved to adopt this resolution. Council Sitton seconded. On roll call voice vote, the vote was as follows. Mayor Calvert, yes. Council Holzhauer, yes. Council Finch, yes. Council Sitton, yes. Council Hustutler, after questions and discussion, abstained. The resolution was adopted by majority vote. The resolution 2011-8-9, a document was then signed by the town council members that voted yes. Town seal affixed and signed by the clerk. Council Sitton discussed the proposed Founder's Day event at the town hall on August 27th, starting at 5 p.m. Food was discussed. Council Finch moved $300 be appropriated for this event. Discussion followed. The amount was changed to $400 by Council Finch. Council Holzhauer seconded. Motion carried unanimously. There was discussion of a counter fee and a time of 5 p.m. Council Finch moved to adjourn. Will you not the town clerk report?
Any questions, corrections?
On the 5th one down, reports needs to have an O in it.
Yep. And right under that, the next line, the T on that, and A should be inserted there between where credit has, or rather where Ben has been issued.
Anyone else? All right, is there a motion to accept with corrections?
I'll make a motion to accept the corrections.
Is there a second?
That's second.
All in favor?
Financial.
Yeah.
Our starting balance was $25,000, and the general fund was $25,005.90. The end of August was balance was $14,265.48. No unusual payments. the 2 and 7 road use account, the starting balance was $14,146. The ending balance was $14,265.48. On the 4, 5, and 6 road account, starting balance was $10,647.69. The ending balance was $10,746.95. The capital improvements, the ending balance was, the starting balance was $2,189.41. And, I think it is still 20, it's an error deposit. I put it on the wrong account, it also is on the other account. The actual balance is $2,189.41 in the capital improvements.
So you'll have to remove that one, right?
Yeah, I have to remove that. It is, however, counted on there.
And it goes to which one?
It goes to 2 and 7. The current balance is $2,189.41 in capital improvements.
Any questions?
Yeah. Hey, Bill, on the 8th and the 9th, check 1673. What's that for? Was that for what we voted for?
Which 1673?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, it's supposed to be 75 instead of 45.
yeah, I came back and wrote myself a check the following month, but it does amount to 75.
Okay, all right, so I'll make sure.
That'd shorten us up.
All right, so I'll make sure.
Anybody else?
Is this the last time you'll pay him to cut the grass?
Joseph O'Neill, no, we've paid him again one more since then.
Okay.
It probably will be the end of this year though.
All right, is there a motion to accept as read?
I'll make a motion to accept the
Any
financial.
more time?
With the correction of that being moved from the capital gains and improvement over to the 2 and 7.
If you look on 2 and 7, you see I
That's already
have,
there.
I just apparently duplicated it
Okay.
on that account.
All right, so then, with it being removed from the capital gains improvement, I'll approve it.
All right, is there a second to accept with correction?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Standing committees. You got anything on the part, Mr. King?
There's been no further communication with the scouts since the last meeting that we had with them, the scoutmaster and the scout leader. However, I don't know if I should bring it up now. I'll bring it up. I think what we should do is set aside some funds for the completion of the work to be done outside. Some of the funds that are in the general fund, I I would make a motion that we set aside $5,000 to be earmarked or designated for use in the park improvements.
Anybody else got anything they'd like to say on that?
Well, how much will that get done? Because, I mean, I'm ready to get the park started. I mean, but Danny could have been walking out here instead of having to go down to Trafford a while if we had the park fixed. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people in the town that could benefit from it if we get it finished.
Well, we'll certainly take more than that. But that would be a start.
But I'm ready to
What
get
do you
it.
think?
What's they gonna do? Is it gonna get our grade? Is it gonna finish our grade on it, or? You know, we
Well,
got bids on track, I don't know, I'm in the dark on it, really.
We need grading and we need drain tile installed.
Mhm.
And that's gonna take, probably gonna take some engineering, someone with transit. It's also gonna take the purchase of a piece of drain tile. And it's gonna take some excavating to set that drain tile. And that's the reason I'm saying, let's start with $5,000. I think that'll more than cover that.
It should probably do the grade and the,
And then at that point, the next thing is lay out the walking area, and determine where we want, amenities such as, whatever else we decide on. And, we can set aside another lump sum to cover that at that time. So I think trying to chew the whole thing at one time, we're not making very good progress. And,
I always did anybody have an idea where we get dirt Friday from? Because I know we're gonna have to have dirt.
They can do something that,
Okay.
$5,000 should just about complete everything except the finishing touches on the barbecue grill, whatever you do, whatever the most important type. But the town,
Okay.
we can get volunteers probably to build the pavilion. Just get the wood and build. Those are just things that, you know, we can do to save money.
all right, you want to put that in the form of a motion?
I thought I already had. I moved to set aside $5,000 to begin the work of preparing the ground, grading, setting a tile, drain tile, and that's the motion.
All right. All right, all in favor? All right. Anybody else got anything on the committee? Reports of special committees, reports of officers, reading of petitions, applications, complaints, appeals, communications. You got any communications, Will?
I think I put that one on your desk about them having that show on the November, I believe it's the 3rd down at about, but we thought we'd be interested about equipment to show, for town. That's,
This is surplus equipment, right?
yeah. And, we got the premium, we've written a check for it, but just so everybody knows, we got the premium notice from, payment for the insurance premium of $2,746. Because we took that 3-year deal, we're saving about $60 a year. And we also got an invoice from them for the public officials bonds for $151, all of which is, we did.
Okay, pass that bill. Bill, would you read that and let the council decide what they want to do?
From the State Department of Finance Division of Purchasing, memorandum to all city, county, state offices. You're cordially invited to the State Purchasing Contract Product Show on Wednesday, November the 2nd. I said it was third. It's November the 2nd between 9 and 2 p.m. at Garrett Coliseum, Federal Drive, Montgomery, Alabama. Admission, parking is free, and lunch will also be served, compliments of the contract vendors. The Contract Product Show is a premier event where we bring you the end users, the contract vendors together under one roof. Our goal is to give you an opportunity to review products, get answers to questions about products and services the state has on contract and in a one-on-one environment. We believe this can help you with your purchasing decisions as well as save you money and valuable time. And they give the list of some of the products and services that they feature, such as automobiles, vans, trucks, and so on. Says, please make your plans to attend this show. Please copy and forward this memo to other divisions or offices that you may feel may benefit from attending this show. If you have any questions or need, contact them and they give their number.
You mentioned a list of services and products, automobiles, trucks, excavating. Is there anything else, Bill?
Well, it's automobile enforcement vehicles, vans, trucks, buses, tractors, storage, golf cart, batteries, car rental service, emergency lights, sirens, bumpers, printing, gasoline credit cards, computers, computer monitors, printer cartridges, networking equipment, multifunction network devices, copiers, cellular phone equipment, fax machines, office supplies, file cabinets, analog and IP telephone equipment, two-way radios and service, road safety equipment, tires, IT research and advisory services, temporary staffing, restroom supplies, maintenance, repairs, and operating supplies, and more. Consider.
What's the council thoughts on that? What's the council's thoughts? Anybody have anything?
Just continue to buy our toilet paper where we do now. I don't think there's anything like that.
Thank you for your important.
Excuse me.
Thank you for your time. All right. You got anything else?
No.
What about the contract? You ever decide on that?
Yeah, Bill's been, doing some calling. If you got, can you report to us on that, Bill?
On the audit,
On the file cabinet?
well, after calling around and looking at the used ones, you're not gonna believe this, but to buy one exactly like we have is the cheapest thing to get, and delivered here from Staples, cheaper than buying used ones down at some of the places here in town. It'll be around $7.99, and everything else was $800 plus delivery or more. Some were $1,200 and $1,400 used. Of course, they may say that they're better or whatever, but it's all in the 30-minute or 1 hour rating of fireproofness, and they're all pretty close to this one.
And that was like we have a Ford drawer.
Yeah, it's the same brand, exactly.
And that one in there is full, right?
Pretty close. We're storing our documents and we don't want to lose. We'd actually need more storage space for all the minutes and records that could be lost. And that's actually why we need another one. Now, the lateral file cabinets, they're almost 3 times as much as the vertical file cabinets in fireproof. Of course, they're not that expensive in a standard cabinet, but that's the cheapest one they can get is through Staples, and it's the Turtle brand, exactly like the one we have in there now.
Why did we need a ladder for the map?
The cheapest lateral I could find was, I think it was $1,400 and something. And he said he doesn't have them very often in use, but people hang on to those.
Is 700 what we pay for that? And I was thinking we paid like,
We may have, but if I'm not mistaken, I'll get it and double check it, but I believe delivered was $7.99 from,
I think it was too. I think it was around 7.
but now, they give you two prices, they give you delivered here, and that's, of course, what you want, because that thing weighs a lot, and you got to have them handled and unloaded.
Yeah, because it was a booger them trying to get the out here. When they bought it. The lateral one, does it have drawers too, or is it just,
some there are 2 drawers, and your 5 will go side to side. And it will probably hold as much or more as you have, but,
and it's fireproof, right?
right.
Yeah, lateral fireproofs are expensive.
Well, if we're gonna invest in one, then I'd say we invest in a lateral one if it's got drawers, instead of going with the other one.
Did it have the racks in it for the fireplace?
But no, the lateral ones, you have to put those, come to fit, those stamped like we have already, and to fit in there. But now some may have them, but I didn't get into that part of it because I thought we were thinking about mats stored horizontally, So I didn't, but now the turtle, like the one we have now, already is built to hold the hanging hold. You don't have to put a rack in there, in other words, like you do in the other older file cabinets. They're built to hold the hanging files.
What do you think that 2-drawer lateral would hold in one drawer as many files as that other one does?
It wouldn't hold as many as that 4-drawer, but it'd hold, I'd say, probably more than half of what that one is.
Yeah. Remember what the width of those, the
I don't
laterals
know,
were?
it was about a month ago.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna get one, we might as well go and get a lateral one so we put a map in it.
All right, make a motion.
I'm gonna make a motion to
And we don't know the exact price, but we wait until we get it to it, so we know what we're spending.
Alright. If we gotta have one, we gotta have one.
The lateral cabinets, new, all of them are
And
$2,000 and better, some of them.
that was delivered,
No, they charge about another $100 and something to deliver.
Well, the whole thing is we can get more maps and actually have something here, but there's no sense in going out and getting maps and stuff. You don't have something to store them in so that, you're a waste, because maps aren't cheap, are they? I mean, there's no sense in, and if you can store both maps and files in one of those lateral ones, I'd say, instead of putting money into a regular one, 4-drawer one, and then still not being able to store your maps, that's not very wise. But if you can store stuff and maps in the lateral one, then, that's just a woman's thought.
I agree with you.
I mean, that's just me thinking.
Anybody else have any comments to that tonight?
There are only 3 companies in town here that even have used file cabinets, at least that I could find.
Okay, this is a used one you're talking about?
Do they
Oh,
have
no,
one?
no.
Did he have one?
He had a 2-drawer back then, but he won't now.
A
He said they go
2-drawer
pretty
lateral
fast.
one?
Huh?
A 2-drawer lateral?
Yeah, he had one back then.
Why don't we let him check back and see what they
Well,
say?
check and see if he has one, and then I would say, if he has one, should we earmark a certain amount so we can get it? Because if he has it and then we wait a month, he's not gonna have another one, because it might get gone. I mean, or do you wanna have a special call meeting to get it? But then you're talking about several days. How much did you say that one was, Bill?
Well, that one that he quoted was somewhere between, I can't remember exactly, it was on the lateral, because I was looking at them, because I was looking at the 4-drawer.
Right.
But I think it was around 1,200 to 1,500 used.
Well, yeah. And we would have to go get that one? or-
No, they will deliver it.
And how much did you say to deliver it?
It'll be a little over $100 to deliver it.
And a brand new one was an estimate of 2,000
Yeah,
plus 100 to deliver.
and the staples, it's, yeah, Yeah, the state, well, they give you a price door to door at Staples. Staples is over 2,000 and
So maybe we're gonna say about $500, maybe?
You can find plenty of the verticals, but you can't find many of the laterals.
Right, right.
Pieces, people don't let go of them, or they snap them up pretty quick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If
But he
we
has
wait
lots
for-
of, the
If
verticals.
we wait for the next town meeting and he's got a used one, and we can say maybe $500, maybe we ought to earmark a certain amount for us to get that one.
Did the church buy a used one?
I'm not sure, I wasn't, I believe they did, I think, did they buy the used one? Yeah.
A lateral pump?
No, it's the vertical.
Oh. Looks like this one, I'm interested in get some definite, or unless you wanna set a amount.
Well, I'm just saying on a used one, on the other one, a new one we can pay.
Go ahead, man.
Most of the time, when you get too big a hurry, you pay too much.
Right.
You're buying automobiles.
Right. Well, I just don't want one to, to have a used one, we might just say $500 and,
Well, where the economy is, there's gonna be no fun for a movie fan.
okay, Bill, will you do some checking on that, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll talk about this at the next meeting. Bill, do you have something you wanted to bring up?
Oh, yeah, y'all all have a copy of this in your file. Like for y'all to, in order to bring the cost and fees of documents, I called Blount County and the probate court charges $1 a page for copies of all official documents. And since we're getting received from years and years of copies of documents, and the time to do it, I'm asking, or it's up to y'all to do it, that we set this fee at $1 per page for all public documents, if we're gonna provide the copies. The law does not provide that we provide copies, the law provides we make the copies available. And they can copy them any way they want to, but it does allow the town or agency to set a fee, for providing those copies.
What are we charging now?
We're charging, $3 for the first 5 pages, and I believe 30 cents, 30 or 35 cents.
You're proposing a flat fee of $1 a page.
Yeah, the same as the
How many
probate code.
copies, how many hours do you think you spend making copies?
I don't know, but I know that there's quite a bit of research involved when you have to go back several years, especially when you weren't, working, there then.
Now, Blount County gets $1 per copy, and if you get it certified.
Well, the
it's
probate,
$5.
the probate court told me $1 per page. I called up there and asked them. Now, in the court, it's more if they have to do research, but they charge somewhere in there about.
No. What the council think?
Well, I got no problems with it, if, for one thing, the time Bill spends up here, I think he might need a little bit of a raise myself, because he's got policemen a lot of time up there. So,
Well, I haven't much lately, I'll say.
well, I know, but that's an exclusion. I can't remember what this is.
All right, somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion then that all copies from here $2.40 a page. What is this? To be delivered to, at the convenience of the town or the town clerk.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor? All right. Ready to go to the thing this one?
I forgot forgot to bring it up something earlier, road sign on Cobbersville Road is still missing in action. I think we need to look into replacement. We got some land annexed on that road and it should be up there for fire services, police, ambulance services.
911 furnishes the street sign for Blunt County. I propose that we contact Blunt County and see what the problem is, because we got one on Deansbury, and not all of Deansbury is in the town, and they provide theirs. So, it's my thought that we should first, contact Blunt County and see what they say. And then if they won't, if they won't have any part of it, I don't see any problem with replacement sign. Anybody else have any comments?
Is that the only one we need?
No, there's some other signs that need to be replaced. I tell you what, I'll call Blunt County and see what they say. And, we'll talk about it next meeting, and we'll check all our signs that need to be replaced, and we'll just do them all at one time. But, sound all right to the council? Resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. Anybody got any other business? All right. Public comment. Anybody have anything they'd like to say? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, make adjourn.